morning, Shepaug, and welcome, warmest of welcomes, to our annual commencement celebration, this year for the class of 2024. Please rise and join me in welcoming our class officers to the stage to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would now like to introduce our wonderful SVS chorus to perform our national anthem. Thank you to our class officers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, chorus, and please be seated. Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Rodrigue, friends, families, and members of the wonderful class of 2024, welcome. We are thrilled to help you celebrate this special day. I want to spend my time with you explaining something that I think is really cool about your class, and I'll get to that in a few minutes. But to set it up, first I want to note, one of the hottest topics these days, of course, is the impact of artificial intelligence. We all know it's a disruptive technology that will trigger huge impacts on our economy, society, and certainly on the field of education. We are not afraid of this here at Shepaug. We are studying ways to harness AI for the benefit of student growth, ways to make it work for us rather than us working for it or running from it. After all, it's unwise to stick one's head in the sand and keep making horse buggies while Henry Ford is cranking out automobiles. So we recognize the arrival of AI and will find the best way to integrate it into our system. But let's be precise. AI is not really intelligent. It finds things humans have already done, applies them, and packages them in ways that make less work for us. That's very useful, but not intelligent. Calculators and thermostats and computers and an abacus and a screwdriver, for that matter, are all very practical and have great utility, but not intelligence. AI is surely the most powerful tool we've seen, but not anywhere near the same ballpark as the concept I really want to discuss this morning, and that's human intelligence. In a few moments, I will support a claim that the class of 2024 has demonstrated remarkable examples of human intelligence manifested in the work they've done here at Shepaug. We are understandably enamored with metaphors that describe our world in mechanical ways. That's fine, but I'm not sure those metaphors take us all the way to wisdom. With the advent of AI, we are at greater risk to value microchips over neurons, creating a conceptual framework that is incomplete. Before we split atoms or clone people, or decide how to use AI or deploy any technology that could present unintended consequences for humanity, we need humanists to think about the ethics underlying the choice. Unfortunately, in a few minutes, I'll be able to demonstrate that we have a lot of such humanists here in front of me this morning. We won't have time for a deep philosophical debate over the mysteries of human consciousness, or whether machines could have consciousness, or whether humans themselves are just merely complicated machines. I just want to offer these few reflections. Machines in general cannot be social, experience the quality of human awareness, have feelings like sorrow or happiness, or personalize things, demonstrate volition, identify a brand new human problem that needs a solution, appreciate music, poetry, nature, art, dance, fall in love, change their minds, in quotes, imagine things not yet in being, create things never before conceived, have a capacity for awe, have a sense of humor, have a capacity for wonder. All these qualities live under the rubric of human intelligence, things that emerge from our neural networks, but not from circuit boards. Now, I had the privilege of attending a great many senior projects this year, and even the ones I couldn't attend, I've studied. And I was struck by this fact. Each and every one of them can be categorized into one or more of the traits listed above that pertain to humans but not to machines. And I think that's worth some attention. For example, class of 2024, you are social beings, and many of your projects were designed to bring people together. Yoga, community cooking, unified sports, link crew, support for people who are learning English as a second language, studies of our sports teams and spirit, unifying a family and its history through a common love of scuba diving. All these involve bringing people together to have a shared social experience. And clever humans can imagine, innovate, and create. You invented new recipes, made cookbooks and meals, designed healthy diets, even made a recipe for a brand new hot sauce, made stained glass artwork, wood carvings, keychains, enamel pins, pottery, imagined and designed an alien world, and predicted how evolution would shape its denizens, composed music, devised ways to manage a theater, created several types of fashion design innovations, including several that investigated upcycling, investigated the qualities of the creative mind itself, imagined the synthesis of the martial arts, envisioned new ways to do screenwriting and filmmaking, proposed alternate fuel and energy sources, innovated new financial strategies for building wealth and for navigating a difficult housing market, designed a go-kart, designed video games and a video game cabinet, developed an entrepreneurial mindset, and created a business plan to place gumball machines in local businesses, engineered metalwork projects, developed a football podcast, and suggested new ways to do auto body and upholstery repair. You designed a robotic hand that moves when a human hand is in the glove that remotely controls it. Notice how in that last case, a human was able to create a mechanical device, but the opposite could never happen. Wise humans are curious. They investigate and they launch an inquiry. They wonder. You researched the impact of behavior and exercise on health, questioned how to build physical strength, took deep dives into forensics, crime scene investigation, service dogs, aquaponics, meditation, event planning, the process of fermentation, the way to make maple syrup, and to develop expertise in forestry, the world of raising and showing goats, and the secret life of animals. Sensitive humans are in touch with feelings, and they experience and display things like courage, love, and empathy. You faced a fear of water and also summoned courage by learning to swim. You showed empathy for those battling addiction and trained others how to help them. You worried about our past and current failures to treat mental illness and PTSD. You worried about premature babies and their families. You showed real compassion for the elderly and befriended people with hidden struggles. You worried about young children, showing them kindness by doing crafts with them and teaching them about wellness. You worried about dogs and animal rights, and for one of you, even to the extent of helping dogs feel less anxiety when they visit the vet. You identified with the pain and disappointment of high-caliber athletes who suffer serious injury and cared enough to help athletes learn how to avoid injury. You repaired old and damaged guitars, which could then be donated to children in need. In general, a great many of our projects raise money for charity. And you felt a great sense of nostalgia in and connection to a family boat and restored it with care and pride in its storied past. Finally, people are capable of experiencing a profound sense of awe about the grandeur of the cosmos. This wellspring of awe has generated poems and scientific theories and equations and symphonies. You undertook deep investigations of astronomy, demonstrating perhaps the most amazing thing that only we can do, use the very consciousness that somehow emerged from the universe to question how and why it emerged. You felt a sense of awe in nature, showing reverence for insects and ornithology and gemstones and the outdoors as expressed through rock climbing and mountain biking. In summation, you did virtually all that humans can do, and all of it transcends the capability of mere machines. You did all that. You and your teachers and your TAs and friends and family in the audience at your presentations. Here's the thing. It's totally fine to use any kind of tool, up to and including AI, as long as you stop and consider your objective first. If your goal is to move a ton of concrete blocks to build a foundation, by all means use heavy equipment. But if your goal is to build your own muscles and get stronger, you wouldn't use machines to lift those weights for you. That wouldn't make sense. Anyone who stands in good with the Almighty right now, could you utter a prayer that my speech will not blow away into the wind? I know we have some reverend among us this morning. I was saying, if your goal is to build your own muscles, no, you wouldn't use machines to do that. Now, by analogy, if your goal is to produce some quick product that will make your life easier and save you some menial labor, use AI. But you've all shown we can have goals that run much deeper than creating a quick product. Because there are times when we want much more. Times when we want to truly think or feel or wonder or connect. Because finally, all these things that we do and that you did, read, write, study, create, design, wonder, investigate, we do those things to feel like we matter, like we make a difference, like we have a purpose, like what we do will touch someone else, and what they do might touch us. This year, class of 2024, the work you did mattered. It helped shove a little bump into the momentum of our humanity, and we thank you for it. In closing, Richard Feynman, the famous physicist and Nobel laureate, wrote a short poem when he was in college at MIT. Don't be too surprised that a physicist could write poetry. Profound thinkers move in many mediums. And here is his short poem. I wonder why. I wonder why, I wonder why, I wonder why. Maybe ChatGPT could write such a poem, but if it could, only because it finds Feynman's template online and uses it as a template. But even if it could write it, it could never wonder about it. When I started, and I said, you're all pretty cool, and that I would explain why, I think the coolest thing is the capacity to wonder. You wondered about so many things, and that capacity constitutes great hope for our future. Thank you for the wonder your work conveyed on us, the human wonder. I wish you all a lifetime generously lit by wonder, awe, and love. Congratulations to the class of 2024. Next in our program, I have the honor of conferring an important award. This is the Ronald Reagan Leadership Medal. It's a prestigious award presented to a high school student who best exemplifies the following characteristics: drive, humility, and service before self. This award allows schools to recognize outstanding high school students whose drive, integrity, and citizenship qualities are emblematic of our nation's 40th president, Ronald Reagan. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of this honor, Faith Bargellini. Please join me now in welcoming to the podium our salutatorian, Annabelle Churik, and we invite her now to make some remarks.
Hello, graduates, families, and faculty, and thank you for giving me the chance to talk to you all today. When I was first told that I would have to speak at graduation, I had just finished my senior project presentation with the intention of taking a break from public speaking for a very long time, but here I am. Still, I'm really grateful for this opportunity to reflect on our time here at Shepaug. This being a middle and high school, many of us have been here 7 years. First walking into those doors in 6th grade, I remember the school felt daunting and giant. The high schoolers were scary, and we all got lost a few times, both in the building with trying to find all our new classes, and then all the faces of new strangers. But with each week, quarter, semester, and year, some of these strangers became friends, and others our favorite teachers. The hallways seemed to shrink, the glass chandelier in the library didn't seem so high up anymore, and we were the ones telling others directions. Now, sitting at graduation, the school to you probably feels smaller than ever. But I think it is important to recognize and appreciate this tight-knit community that we are surrounded by, and how this gave us a really unique high school experience. With a class of less than 100, most of us have grown up together. A handful of us have known each other from preschool, and many of us know each other from elementary school. And with the addition of the agri-science program and a lot of new students freshman year, we were able to make incredible friendships that we probably never would have had the chance to make otherwise. I know that I'm grateful for this, and a sense of community like the one we have here is hard to come by. But, like into a pair of shoes, we grew into this school, and it helped us to get places, but now, as we are about to graduate, we have grown out of it. We will take our sense of community with us into the next phase of our lives, along with everything else we have learned over the past 4 years. It is impossible to speak for everyone here when summarizing our high school experiences. Some of us have only been here a couple of years, some of us have been here since 6th grade. However, I believe I have found 2 similarities that apply to everyone's experiences here. One is that each and every one of us has worked hard to get to this point and to get our diploma. And 2, whatever awaits us after this will somehow manage to be even better than the great times we had in high school. Although I think we can all recognize that we needed lots of perseverance and motivation to get here, we didn't always have to do it alone. We had our amazing teachers, friends, and family to help us get to this point, and we could not have done it without them. But now we have mastered high school. We know almost everyone. We know the map of the school by heart. As a class, we have participated in clubs, sports, and theater. We have had the high school experience. From senior sunrise to applying to schools, from our class trip to AP test, from prom to our final presentations, we have tackled the fun and the not so fun parts of being a high schooler. But we got through it all. Looking back on it now, I'm sure that most of us would not want to go through high school again. I know I would not. If you're like me, you're wondering how you even got through certain parts of it. But we should try and look into the future and remember that the happy memories we have made over the past 4 years will stick with us. I bet that there will be a point where all of us wish we could go back and relive a funny moment or a sweet memory. But for now, it's time to move on and close this monumental chapter of our lives because we have completed it. We faced all the challenges thrown at us and overcame them. Now we just need to keep our memories, pride, and motivation with us wherever we go next in our lives, and we need to celebrate because we deserve it. Thank you.
Wonderful, Annabelle. Thank you so much for those insights. Now I would like to introduce our wonderful Assistant Principal, Michael Croft, to present our Academic Commitment Award.
Starting with the class of 1996, Shepaug Valley High School students have been recognized for their commitment to academic studies. They have earned academic commitment credits by demonstrating purpose, setting long and short-term goals, showing perseverance, and producing quality work. At graduation, we recognize the senior who earned the most academic commitment credits in their high school career. We know it to be true, and Shepaug's guiding beliefs remind us that learning requires courage. This year's winner of the Academic Commitment Award has demonstrated that courage to work diligently and with purpose throughout their high school career. The recipient this year was cited for academic commitment 68 times throughout the course of their high school career. Please join me in recognizing Claire Kirsten for her perseverance and sense of purpose that she brought to our class through these 4 years. my pleasure now to introduce our Director of School Counseling, Sophia Velez, who will present the Community Service Award.
Community service is among the most significant ways we promote giving back to the community and thereby teach and model our Shepaug learner outcome of answering a call to citizenship. Due to the importance that we place on service, it was decided that the senior who contributes the most community service hours would be recognized at graduation. I am pleased to announce that AJ Conrad is our Community Service Award winner. AJ contributed over 270 hours of service to the community. AJ's hours were spent at the Pratt Nature Center as well as camp counselor and training. AJ was described by staff as responsible, flexible, helpful, efficient, courteous, engaging, patient, and kind. Please join me in recognizing AJ for his outstanding service.
I would now like to introduce and invite our valedictorian, Faith Bargellini, to join me on the podium, where she will share reflections on her classmates. Faith?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, faculty, families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2024. Albert Einstein once said, "Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow." And I thought his message could apply to us here on graduation day. Learn from yesterday. If any of you were to pick up my phone, you'd be greeted with a lock screen that reads, "You can do hard things." While absolutely cliche, this short phrase has been a constant reminder to myself that despite life's challenges, we have the strength and ability to overcome them. Just look at us today, graduating high school and moving on to our next chapter of life. If you had told me a year ago today that I would be standing here, I wouldn't have believed you. I was sitting in the same seat as Tilly over there, an absolute hot mess. I couldn't believe that I was going to be next, watching the class of 2023 graduate. But it was thanks to the words of Mary Catherine Eddy, who I'm sure many of you remember, when she told me, "Faith, when you get here, you'll be ready." And I'm happy to say, standing before you all today, that I am ready. I feel all right. I'm gonna take on the world. Throughout high school, we have endured tremendous obstacles, whether it be struggling in an AP course, pushing through our senior projects, or even something deeper that we may not see. Whatever it may be, however impossible life may seem, we are always capable of doing hard things. And today is a testament to the inner strength you all have to achieve greatness. Looking back on these past 4 years, we may think about the subjects we learned, classes we took, or books we read, but I encourage you all to look deeper. Look at the person you've become. Imagine the proud smile that your freshman self would have if they saw you sitting here today, knowing all the hard work and growth you've done. Think about your kindergarten self dancing as they watch you receive your diploma, thinking, "I want to be me when I grow up." Remember and rejoice in our successes, but sit and learn from our failures. While Einstein was an extremely bright man, I think he may have gotten one thing wrong. We don't simply learn from yesterday. Learning for us didn't start in Mr. Dennis's Western Studies course freshman year, nor does it end here at graduation. Each and every moment is an opportunity to learn, and I encourage you all to seek for them. Live for today. I want you all to take a look around you. Not just a glance, but a good observant look. Go for it. Look left, look right, look behind and in front of you. The faces that surround you today have been your classmates and family for the past 4 years for some of you, and for others since you were 5 years old. Behind each of these smiling faces, sitting in caps and gowns, are stories, memories, and personalities. Remember each other and cherish these memories, because it is through the community that we shared where we have been able to change, struggle, grow, and become the incredible young people sitting here today. Whether we were best of friends or have only exchanged a few words, each of you have truly played a pivotal role in my past 5 years here at Shepaug, and I am eternally grateful for the experiences we were able to share together. While I'm sure that most of you have a graduation playlist already queued up, I have a song recommendation to include, entitled "Good Days" by SZA. This song happens to be one of my favorites, and within it, SZA says, half of us chasing fountains of youth, and it's in the present right now. So while we may be looking forward, excitedly awaiting the next adventures, I encourage you to be here now. Celebrate the accomplishments that led you here today, because while the future will no doubt be full of greatness for you all, don't lose sight of today and the blessing that is the gift of the present. Finally, hope for tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't here yet, but we can look at graduation as a stepping stone for the future. The question asked countless times when we were kids, what do you want to be when you grow up, is now becoming a reality as many of us prepare for college, careers, and jobs. And while some of us have our 10-year plans for our careers fully mapped out, many of us still don't know where to start. And trust me, that's okay. The only thing we can truly hope and plan to be when we grow up is happy, humble, fulfilled, patient, confident, and the best version of ourselves. Tomorrow holds many hopes and dreams, goals and challenges, and with hard work and determination, we can realize those dreams, reach those goals, and conquer those challenges. For now, let's celebrate this moment. Live for today, as Einstein said, and congratulations to the Shepaug Class of 2024.
Faith, thank you so much for that inspiration. It's time now to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Lori Rodriguez, who will address you, and then we'll begin the process of conferring diplomas. And Superintendent Rodriguez, I hereby certify that the graduates before you here today have met the qualifications established by the Region 12 Board of Education and the state of Connecticut. And with great and abiding pride, I present to you now the Shepaug Valley School Class of 2024.
Good morning and welcome. Family, staff, Board of Education members, Congresswoman Hayes, and most importantly, our Region 12 graduates. What a perfect day. Students, I know you're going to hear this a lot today, but this is truly a proud moment for all of you. But equally proud are those here who had some role in supporting you along the way. And there's a unique story to be shared that sets your class apart. What you had to overcome to get to this milestone that we don't often reflect on in the moment. Your story as Region 12 students began as typical for a while, like any educational journey through elementary and middle school. But just prior to beginning high school, your world suddenly shifted, if you recall. And at one point, I'm sure that many of you may have felt like the pages right out of a science fiction novel. You were suddenly transported to a world where masks became daily attire, where remote learning during a pandemic became the norm. But let's fast forward. Even more recently, events like a 4.8 magnitude tremor rocked New England, and a solar eclipse witnessed through those flimsy cardboard glasses inspired all of us to ponder the wonders of science and the power of the natural world. As learners, you experienced everything from the surreal to the sublime. Think about that for just a minute, because the juxtaposition is rather extraordinary. But aside from pandemics and eclipses, I hope there are even more profound and enduring lessons that leave an indelible mark on your memories and hold significance for the years to come. In the small, intimate classes you experienced here in Region 12, you learned to think and debate and collaborate. You forged bonds of friendship, camaraderie, and mutual support. You discovered the power of connection, whether it was through spirited discussions or group assignments, senior projects, and community service. You found out that true learning extends far beyond the confines of textbooks and lectures. You pursued your passions in the arts, in music, in agri-science, in theater, and in athletics. And if anyone happened to be keeping score, you had way more winning moments than losses. Your achievements were recognized by teachers, staff, coaches, and of course your families. But your story doesn't end there. It's only the beginning. As graduates in 2024, you're now standing on the precipice of tomorrow. So it's hard not to acknowledge the whirlwind of advancements and changes that will become an integral part of your life. Admittedly, back in my day, we thought technology could not get any better than the dial-up internet or Super Mario Brothers after it appeared on the gaming scene. We thought we died and went to heaven when our characters when we broke through and discovered they could swim underwater. Back then, we thought nothing could ever possibly top that, but it did. For you, the realm of possibility seems limitless. With the emergence of AI like ChatGPT, self-driving cars, high-powered telescopes, virtual reality, and changes we still can't even imagine. Who knows what marvels our cell phones will morph into, or how our big screen TVs will transform. But while the advancements of technology may shape that landscape ahead of you, I hope you know it's really the essence of your humanity, the simple joys, the deep connections, and reverence for the world that will truly define your path. One of my favorite writers, Ralph Waldo Emerson, once observed, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." I can assure you, no matter how advanced society becomes, life isn't just about the grand spectacles or super technologies. It's still about the quiet moments of connection, the bonds of friendship and family, and the wisdom gleaned from discovery, self-reflection, and life's experiences, both inspiring and challenging. It's about our ability to be free to think and share ideas, and most importantly, to accept the ideas of others. Our society is built on our ability to connect and communicate and care. Just a few days ago, I was watching the 80th anniversary of D-Day at Normandy, with the 200 or so remaining veterans coming back to be honored for their service during World War II. It was a place I had visited one year as a teacher with a senior class of students and never forgot. To this day, I remember the silence broken intermittently by the waves softly hitting the beach below us. It held historical context, but personal significance. During that same recent anniversary, commentators in the media brought up how that day might have looked differently had we had the advanced technology we have today. I paused and thought about that. I'm not sure that really mattered at all, because the point is that people cared enough about the world to help change the course of history and freedom and liberty, through great sacrifice, of course. And I watched some of those French villagers who were liberated that day, still alive, come out to acknowledge the veterans as they passed. These are the pivotal moments that connect us as human beings, no matter how many years pass, no matter how many changes have occurred in how we live or how we think. And while you all move on to pursue college and career, we know that new technologies will dominate how you might continue to learn and innovate and produce new products and services for generations to come. The prospects are exciting, and we'll all surely benefit from your creativity and your knowledge. So the only advice I could possibly offer all of you, don't overlook the subtle things that connect you emotionally with others, that keep you grounded, that inspire you and force you to be humbled by the world around you. As graduates, I'm certain each of you will encounter moments of awe, moments of transcendence, and moments of quiet revelation and humility. Rachel Carson, a renowned biologist and conservationist, noted, "In every outthrust headland, in every curving beach, in every grain of sand, there is the story of the earth." I hope this encourages you to find wonder and beauty in the smallest details of nature and respect the values that bind us all as human beings. That being said, it's important to honor the past and even better to embrace the future, but never lose sight of the humanity, the charity, the hope, and the goodness that genuinely define all of you. With the power of innovation in one hand and the wisdom of tradition in the other, I assure you there will be no limit to your success or to your happiness. Congratulations, you've been an outstanding class. Best of luck to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez. I would now like to invite the chairperson of our Board of Education, Mr. Gregory Cava, to the podium to make some remarks, and shortly after we'll begin conferring diplomas. Mr. Cava.
Good morning and welcome all, one and all, to the Shepaug campus. It is my great honor and privilege as chairman of the Board of Education to offer a few humble words as we see you off on your next great adventure. On behalf of the Board of Education, I say to you, the Shepaug Valley School Class of 2024, we are proud of you and wish you smooth sailing and bright days ahead. You've spent most of your lives in school, where your teachers have modeled Benjamin Franklin's exhortation to tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. Like it or not, that part's far from over for you, whether you're university or career bound or taking a pause. Because even those like me who graduated way back with the class of 1976 are still a work in process, striving to listen and learn every day. Wherever you land, you'll encounter new people and new ideas. Remain grounded and do not, as most eloquently articulated by the English writer Somerset Maugham, learn too soon that the most useful thing about a principle is that it can always be sacrificed to expediency. Still, avoid placing yourself in the straitjacket that is making the perfect the enemy of the good. Rarely consistent, human beings are more than capable of holding two opposing notions at the same time. Don't judge. Instead, be prepared to listen and to understand. You'll have ample opportunity to exercise your free speech rights, although this has always occurred most confrontationally on college campuses in my time and yours. You will find this contest of ideas on and off campus. And tempting as it is to practice diplomacy, which, as Will Rogers famously said, is the art of saying nice doggy until you can find a rock. Recall Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr.'s definition of the principle of free thought. Not free thought for those who agree with us, but freedom for the thought that we hate. America is unsurpassed as a place of opportunity and prosperity. But for too many, it has also been a place of suffering and the application of systematic prejudice and exclusion from the American dream. America is a work in process too. There are still wrongs to be righted, and I feel few past generations will prove as able and free of the prejudices holding back its predecessors as yours. Still, you cannot achieve that laudable goal if you do not face what is wrong and wrestle with it until you have shown through analysis and engagement that it is wrong and there's a better way. You don't need or want trigger warnings, especially in institutions of higher learning. Institutional culture should serve as a safe space for thought, not a safe space from thought. Here I'm paraphrasing the novelist Sir Ahmed Salman Rushdie, and if anybody has suffered for the exercise of his human rights of free thought and speech, it's been Rushdie. My advice is to listen to those with whom you disagree, even those with ideas you hate. Hate the ideas, not the person. Now, when I encounter an idea inconsistent with my prior opinions, which I must admit is true, I don't discard the truth. I change my opinion. Your teachers and administrators know it would not be a proper oration for me without dispensing some wisdom from my personal hero, Abraham Lincoln. So as you run headlong in pursuit of your destiny, pause a moment to ponder Lincoln's paradox. He was weighing in a conversation the opinions of those who preferred harsh treatment for the residents of the defeated southern states, as opposed to Lincoln's inclination of malice toward none and charity for all. And Lincoln said, haven't you lived long enough to know that two men may honestly differ about a question and both be right? Indeed, think, consider, debate, disagree, assert yourself, and hold to your principles, but do not in the process drag yourself or your opponent into a place from which there is no escape. As I say to every class that passes through these halls, I pray you continue to prize and hold close to your hearts the virtues of humanity, truth, justice, and charity, those virtues which you've been called upon to model here. and that you reach for the stars of who and what you can be. You are our best hope, in which your parents and communities have wholeheartedly invested their love and treasure. Please accept the sincere wishes of the Board of Education for health, happiness, fulfillment, and a prosperous and rewarding future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cava. Shortly, we will announce each graduate and ask them to join us one by one on the stage to receive their diplomas. Parents, when your graduate is called, please feel free to step into the center aisle to take a photo. We do ask that you be seated as soon as possible after your graduate's photo is taken so we can welcome the next graduate to the stage. Members of the board, Mr. Cava and Superintendent Rodriguez, can present to the front. Prepare to help with this process. Graduates, please rise when your row is ready and stay standing until all graduates in your row have returned to their seat. Faith Lauren Bargellini. Annabelle Jurek. Michael Lee Andrews III. Cooper Olasowitz. Kaylee Grace Babiak. Ariel Rose Battlestein. Penny Becker. Alice Elizabeth Blinn. Michael F. Campanella. Spencer Wright Campbell. Haley M. Collette. Arthur John Conrad. Joseph DiRienzo. Hugo James Delves Broughton. Gavin Theodore Dowling Euchers. Hunter David Dreddle. Isabel Diane Easley. Kip Alexander Faison. Dominic Vincent Fazone. Ronan Patrick Feenan. Jared Lee Franklin.
Oh yeah! I'm so Jared!
Nathan Daniel Fry. Cameron Gertner. Liam Presley Gordon. Miles Alexander Gronbach. Abigail Hendy. Ashton Hodge. Rachel Lynn Hoffman. Lucas S. Jacob. Sarah Germanson. Tiana Kanaki. Claire Elizabeth Kirsten. Isaiah Cohen. Elliot Lyndon Krebs. Ann Cuck. Jayla Mercedes Lantigua. Sophia M. Ledbetter. Brianna Nicole Lily Garcia. Elijah Marrero Blackstone. Frederick Griffin Mathis. Tonino Vincent Mavuli. Mackenzie M. Maynard. Kira Lynn McCauley. Mia Francesca Malati. Madison Molinaro. Stefan A. Morales Bidet. Devi Justin Marino. Lindsay Brooke Mulhare. Mason Cameron Murphy. Emily Jane Myhill. Matthew Jude Napoli. Gabrielle Kate Nunzig. Elliot Green Noonan. Liam West Pacific. Hannah Elise Patrick. Gray Pomeroy. Gavin Matthew Rack. Emma G. Raymond. Summer Faith Ribisel. Jacob Alexander Rice. Garrett James Roof. Mark Elijah Rosenthal. Mason Shell. Zoe Seletsky. Marie Elizabeth Sprong. James William Swan. Anna Faye Swanson. Luca Tomorrow. Haley Shay Thompson. Sophie Tabats. Emmett Charles Tredenick. Quinton Christopher Vidal. Not with us today, but a very important member of our class, Remington Gray Westcott. John S. Wild. Lillian Elizabeth Wilson. Maddox Robert Wojensky. And Saxton Thomas Wojensky. Family, friends, and all present here today at this most auspicious rite of passage, I give you now the Shepaug Valley School Class of 2024. And a very important part of that rite of passage will happen now. Please welcome your class president, Faith Bargelini, to the stage, and she will lead you in the traditional turning of the tassel.
Ready?
Graduates, please be seated. At this time, I would welcome to the podium Mr. James Stinson, one of our senior project teachers, who will discuss senior projects that earn certain distinctions.
Senior project serves as the culmination of the Shepaug experience. At the beginning of senior year, each student identifies a challenging project and develops and implements a plan to achieve a specific goal. Students defend their work in a public presentation, demonstrating their skills and knowledge and tying those to the Shepaug core values and guiding beliefs. This year's projects range from creating enamel pins by hand, to writing and producing albums, to carving canoe paddles, to an in-depth study into fermentation and foods. The variety of this year's projects showcase the seniors' acumen in personalizing academic challenges to yield rich, substantive learning. Each year, Shepaug recognizes and awards distinction to students who demonstrated strong commitment, diligence, and passion in completing their project. They left no stone unturned in their exploration, discovery, and execution. In 2024, we will recognize 6 seniors. Fia Ledbetter. Fia's project is called Putting a Pin in Waste. She used her project to take a stand against the fast fashion industry. She learned sewing and design skills, starting from the basics and moving into complex projects. Fia upcycled items she found in thrift stores, giving them new life and saving them from landfills. Fia consistently challenged herself with new fabrics, new techniques, and new equipment. In her work, she pursued practical use items and explored conceptual dimensions of fashion. For example, a skirt made from an old fur coat. She even made her prom dress from clothing she repurposed, complete with a handmade hoop skirt. Her technical advisor praised Fia's astonishing work output and smart, effective experimentation. Additionally, Fia taught workshops at Shepaug to help others make use of these life skills and reduce their dependence on the fast fashion industry. Thank you, Fia. Annabelle Church. Annabelle Church's senior project focused on making the town of Washington a more bird-friendly place. She designed, constructed, and put up 3 different types of birdhouses targeted to help specific species. She also researched, purchased, and planted plants that will help birds either as a food source or shelter. To spread awareness and appreciation of the bird species that we have in Washington, she made an Instagram page and posted weekly with her own pictures of her birds and research. Additionally, she created a book about 20 unique bird species found in Washington, a copy of which was donated to the Shepaug Library. Thank you, Annabelle. Elliot Krebs. Elliot introduced the art of meditation into the Shepaug community, while also conducting research on the benefits of meditating. Throughout the year, Elliot has hosted 14 classes at Shepaug. 5 of the classes were after school, 3 instructed by Elliot, with an additional 2 instructed by experts. The other 9 classes were during school hours, all taught by Elliot. 2 with the middle school meditation club, 2 with the high school health classes, and 5 during Spartan periods. Elliot attended more than 20 hours of meditation classes at the Woodbury Yoga Center that provided him with the foundational knowledge on meditation. Through his project, Elliot learned about a variety of meditation techniques, the interaction of different aspects of meditation on the body, along with various physiological and psychological effects correlated with a meditation practice. Congratulations, Elliot. Sarah Germanson. Drug overdose fatalities are on the rise, standing out in every news headline in every community. Sarah's interest in the medical field, scientific research, and community service inspired her to investigate how Schedule I and Schedule II drugs chemically and anatomically affect the body. Sarah educated herself and her peers on how to reverse an overdose by administering Narcan. She created 5 informational drug posters on oxycodone, heroin, fentanyl, cocaine, and methamphetamines, with information about help available from various organizations. Sarah was an active member on the Prevention Council and created a developmental relationships video to target concerns expressed by her peers in the course of her research. Sarah completed a Training for Trainers Narcan course and taught a health class about the stigmas of addiction. Congratulations, Sarah. Faith Bargelina. Faith spent her year creating a functional 3D printed model of a human hand. She has learned the fundamentals of 3D printing, how to use technical components, coding basics, and soldering wiring. Throughout the years, she has also researched the anatomy and physiology of fine motor dexterity disabilities, the history of prosthetics, and has interviewed 2 experts within biomedical engineering. Finally, to showcase the knowledge and skills she has learned, Faith has made several tutorial videos on the technology of her project, topics ranging from how to use flex sensors to soldering techniques, alongside the creation of her final hand model. Congratulations, Faith. Chip Faison. Kip's project was as multifaceted as the rest that you've heard about. To learn more about health and nutrition, he conducted a review of scientific literature on diet, nutrition, sleep, and drug use down to the cellular level. He drew from 65 research studies and scholarly articles to produce a 29-page paper. Kip secured funding for a VO2 max test and other indicators of his holistic health. Subsequently, he performed advanced statistical analyses on the test data to learn more about how his overall fitness compared to that of his targets. Incidentally, he learned he has the biological age of a 12-year-old, which made us chuckle initially, but he just might outlive everyone here at this rate. Finally, Kip created a protocol for an optimally healthy lifestyle. 3 participants, Kip, Mr. Spear, and Mr. Conway, monitored their diets, hydration, and sleep, and got a set amount of exercise for 1 month. Throughout the project, Kip held himself and his work output to the highest intellectual standards. Congratulations, Kip. I would like to now welcome back to the podium Mr. Michael Croft.
Each year, Shepaug seniors select one faculty member or staff member to address them at graduation. This year's speaker is a beloved coach, teacher, class advisor, club advisor, and mentor. She quietly connects with a broad range of students and leverages those relationships to help young people be the best versions of themselves. She is a staunch advocate for our school and a defender of the traditions that have marked Shepaug's history and will help it thrive in the future. Please welcome the class of 2024's selected faculty speaker, Mrs. Heather Hurley.
I've stood in front of all of you a million times since freshman year, and I'm not sure why I'm so nervous this time. But here we go. I've had the privilege of seeing this group in the classroom as well as out. This is one of the last groups that if they went to Shepaug for middle school, I was one of their teachers since 6th grade. Over the years, I have been Mrs. Hurley, Hurls, sometimes even Mom and Hev, especially by the class advisors, or the class officers, sorry. I could go on about the great things they have done, their creativity, and their ability just to have fun, but I decided to tell a story instead. The story is going to be entitled Chapters of Life. When I was about to graduate from college, I was so upset. My life that I had known for 4 years was about to end, and I was afraid of the future. A good friend who graduated a year before me told me that life was like a book, and in the book there are chapters. In the last 27 years since college, there have been a lot of chapters in my life. Many of them great, and bits of them horrible, but each chapter helps define me. I am hoping now to give you a little bit of motherly advice to help you with your next chapters. Handle hard better. This is one of my favorite quotes from Kara Larson, who is the Duke women's basketball coach. Of course, if it was a Hurley quote, it would say, "Suck it up, buttercup." Life is going to be hard. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can give up or you can handle hard better. It is going to be unfair and bad things are going to happen. You will want to blame others or events, but that is the easy way out. You can and you will handle hard better because you are strong. Great times will be great and bad times will come. And just remember, bad times will get better. I promise you. The next thing you're going to need is faith. This is going to help you with the bad times. This can come in any form you would like. It can be spiritual or not. It just has to be bigger than you. Practice gratitude, stay inspired, reach beyond yourself, and be kind. Personally, without my faith in God, I wouldn't have made it through very hard times in my life. Looking back, I wish I had this sooner. So like I said, this can come in many different forms, but if you need help in this area, I'm sure that Ronan and Luca would be happy to help you. Hold on, this is out of order. Okay, here we go. What do you want to be when you grow up? Isn't that a crazy question? I mean, how are you supposed to know what you want to be when you're 18 years old? It's totally normal not to know. So open up in your mind in ways you never thought you could. Be brave and try new things. And if you fail, try again. Maybe the best answer isn't a concrete answer or a plan at all. But whatever you do, make sure that you enjoy it. Finally, remember your roots. They are important for your growth and your future. There are always going to be some things you want to forget, but don't forget them. Learn from them. Your roots are what made you and formed you. Think of a tree. The grandeur of it is tied to how strong its roots are. Our values are tied to where you come from and how we grew up. The tree is beautiful and can spread happiness through its bearings, but only when its roots are strong. Obviously, you are not trees, but you can do the same thing. Cherish remembering and reflecting on your past. It will help you grow. No one owes you anything, but you owe yourself the best life that you can have. You only get one, so make it amazing. Over the last 4 years, this group has earned its place in my latest life chapter in my heart. I have thoroughly enjoyed each and every one of you and will miss you terribly. Spread your wings, make sure you have fun in all you do, and fly, my baby birds, fly.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Hurley. That was straight from the heart. At this point, and because today is a celebration of our senior class, it's fitting that your class president, Faith Bargelini, who I know is no stranger to the stage today, but in her capacity now as your class president, it's fitting that she deliver the closing address. Please join me in welcoming her back to the dais as she shares her final reflections.
Okay. Hello again, everyone. I hope you're not too tired of my voice or my face by now. I have had the privilege and honor of being the class president for the past 4 years. Together, we were able to host several successful fundraisers and events, create new traditions like painting parking spots, and make beautiful memories on our class trip. All of the success and opportunities we had would not have been possible without the combined efforts of each of you. So thank you. At Shepaug, we have the unique gift of being a small community. And with that comes the opportunity to forge personal, tight-knit relationships. For the past 5 years I've been here, I have been blessed to get to know each of you, and I would like to take some time to reflect on the moments we shared together. First, my partners in crime, the class officers. To my vice president and close friend, Marie, thank you for putting up with all my nonsense and spending each and every class period with me this year. Whether we were working together on a physics problem or completing the New York Times puzzles, I could always count on you for company and friendship. My secretary and friend, Claire, who has somehow endured 3 ACL tears and repairs, all while smiling and staying committed to every community she served. You continue to inspire me to be brave and compassionate and never give up in the face of adversity. And finally, Zoe, my treasurer, who kept me on top of everything these past few years and never hesitated to jump up when someone asked for help. To the artists of our class, including Mason S., Gray, Joey, Gavin R., Remy, and Emma, thank you for filling our schools and hearts with color, beauty, and creativity. To our birds, John, the hawk, Hunter, Big Bird, Miles, Crow, Lucas, Eagle, and Davy, the vulture. It's time to spread your wings and fly off to your next adventure. Mia, Izzy, Isaiah, Cooper, Maddox, and Saxton, thank you for all your contributions to our theater program, and break a leg in all that you do going forward. Call me when you make it on Broadway, because I'll be sitting front row leading the standing ovation. Hugo, Stefan, and Dominic, thank you for cracking jokes and sharing fun facts. Jacob and Penny, thank you for killing it on the dance floor every single event. The roots of our agri-science program, Jayla, my close friend, Kaylee, Elliot N., Haley C., Cam, Tiana, Mackenzie, Hannah, Nathan, and Gavin D. Your commitment to agri-science and the environment will no doubt serve to better our world for generations to come. Elijah and Madison, I know I can count on both of you to bond with me over all things R&B music, especially Lauryn Hill, and you never fail to make me smile and laugh. Thea and Matt, thank you for sharing your musical talents with all of us, and call me when you guys sign a record deal. Every robotics class last year, I could count on Ariel and Emily to share some hilarious stories that made me smile, even on the toughest day. My AP Chem soldiers, Sarah J. and Mikey C. I seriously would not have gotten it through the year without both of you by my side to provide help and encouragement. To Tanino, our class's biggest Eagles fan, Quinnen, who is always radiating positive energy, Brianna, for your immense kindness, AJ, who used his Spanish to make new students feel welcome, Liam G, for being our class gamer and even working to make his own video game, and Garrett, for putting up with me as your physics partner all year. I cannot wait to see all you do in the future. Haley and Summer, keep those smiley faces when you head to Rhode Island. Rachel, keep on swinging. Kira, enjoy that southern sunshine. Ash, thank you for always encouraging me in the pool and on the track. Mason M, stay committed to everything, like you did when you shaved your head for Mr. Shepaug. Mark, even when we ran against each other in the class election, you always showed me, and those around us, consistent kindness and empathy. King Jared. Your tough love will be missed by all of us, and I cannot wait to see you make it big. Ronan, watching your dedication to improving this past swim season brought me a sense of pride and joy like no other, so don't forget to keep on swimming. Elliot K, your consistent effort on the track and cross-country teams always inspired me to keep working hard and stay grounded. Luca, I am beyond honored to have shared the most likely to become president superlative with you in 8th grade and in high school. So give me a call when you decide to run in the election. Kip, I know your intelligence and hard work will motivate you to invent the next best AI software or even win a Nobel Prize. James, our backstage man, I can't wait to see what mountains you climb or rivers you cross in your next big adventures. Anna, my sunshine girl, keep spreading your bright smile and incredible kindness wherever you go. Liam P., keep jumping high, as I know your big personality will shine through in Texas. Mikey A., Spencer, and Emmett, I'll always cherish the chats we had during lunch and the roller coasters we tackled on the class trip. Keep the bond you have with each other, and keep doing great things. Anna, Willow, and Abby, thank you for making AP Lit class so much more enjoyable, and for always greeting me with smiles and laughs. To Alice, my mother, who put up with me not just in school, but also rowing practice every day for these past 4 years. I will miss our long chats about everything under the sun, and I cannot wait to see you succeed next year. Freddie, thank you for your big personality. Let me know when you produce your second full doll line, or when you make it niche Twitter famous. Sophie, thank you for letting me be your taste tester throughout the year, and keep doing incredible things in Charleston. Gabby, my brother, between cross country, track, swim, and class, you never fail to bring me up and make me smile. Lindsay, keep on dancing your way through life. Thank you for your thoughtfulness and never-ending support. And finally, Lily. Oh, Lily. Your ability to chat it up with anyone and everyone always helped to include others and make everyone feel special. We did not get here alone, and there are many people that helped us along the way. Thank you to Dr. Shells, Mrs. Magner, and the administrative team at Shepaug for making the school the special place that it is. Thank you to all the teachers. You directed our learning, taught us so much, and you prepared us for what comes next. Special thank you to Nornor and Hurls. You both were seriously the best class advisors we could have asked for. Your love and support for this class helped each of us get here today, and I speak for all of us when I say we are eternally grateful. Thank you to the athletic staff and coaches. You taught us the importance of teamwork and added a valuable dimension to the high school experience. Special thank you to all the parents and family. Your support, encouragement, advice, and love helped us get here today. And finally, thank you to my classmates and friends. We didn't just learn from teachers and books, but from each other. And please, in the words of Phoebe Bridgers, don't be a stranger. Keep in touch and keep doing amazing things. Before we end, for those of you that have been on Shepaug Athletics before, we usually do a chant like on three, Shepaug on three, 1, 2, 3, Shepaug. I'd like to do our last Shepaug on three together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say Shepaug on three, and then together we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, Shepaug. Everyone got it? All right, Shepaug on three. 1, 2, 3, Shepaug! Congratulations again, everyone, and I'm so proud of you all.
Thanks so much, and you're right to give some thanks. And before we talk about how we're going to close our proceedings, I'd just like to add a few more thanks to people who helped enrich our ceremony this morning. First of all, you might notice on the dais behind me, my two wonderful colleagues, principals Emily Judd and Emily Rue, are here to support you, and our Director of Support Services, Ali O'Hara, is here to support you. Could they please stand and wave? We have several members of our Board of Education on the stage, and our Board of Education supports teaching and learning here at Shepaug, and we appreciate you and your presence very much here today. Please stand. To our music department, Ms. Harbison and Mr. Obolitz, and all the student musicians who performed here today, thank you very much. There's a group of people who make this ceremony possible, and they don't always get the spotlight. And it occurred to me this morning that I wouldn't be standing up here right now without them. So I thought I shouldn't stand up here without them. And I'd like our custodial team and Ms. Magner and Mr. O'Leary to come forward for a minute. That's well deserved, and none of them wanted the spotlight. I had to pull them up here, and it's just time for us to say unequivocally, without the work they do, teaching and learning would not happen here. and they just get things done. And this morning when I was running around, almost on the verge of a nervous wreck, a few of them just looked me in the eye like they always do and said, "Don, we'll get it done." And they did. And I'll speak only in a euphemism here, but what do you think the geese did to the spots you're sitting this morning? Okay? And look at how it is now. But you know what? They do more than that. They make friendships with our kids, and they connect with our school, and they make us feel like it'll be okay, and it'll be a good environment to learn in. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And then there's another yes, give it up for them. Mrs. Sharon Magner is up here, my executive assistant. Nothing would happen without her, ever. Everything, all the logistics from soup to nuts that happened here this morning, making sure that I don't make any gaffes and correcting me when I do. And she's harsh sometimes, but I learn under her tutelage. Here she is. Sharon, wave and be recognized. Thank you so much. Now, if you're a friend, parent, guardian, family member, in any way provided any support to any of these young people to help them get where they are, please stand and be recognized right now. If you are an alumni of Shepaug Valley School, please raise your hand or stand right now. And last but certainly not least, to our wonderful faculty. You know, public schools are thought of as similar places. You might find the same thing everywhere. Other schools are fine, they don't have you. And I've worked in some other schools. They don't have you, and we do, and we love you, and we thank you for it. You stand to be recognized, and kids, could you give them a round of applause? Okay, I'll now explain how our students will engage in their recessional. In a minute, I'm going to ask Mr. Croft to lead the faculty in forming something called the gauntlet, which will take place over here. And after the gauntlet is formed, our graduates will walk through that. Gauntlet sounds like it's a good gauntlet. It's not maybe we need a new word for that. Receiving line. But traditionally here it's called a gauntlet. And the graduates are going to walk through and they'll have a moment, however it takes place, with their teachers. And then they're going to walk around to that side of the pond. And when they get there, that's where they're going to be able to throw their hats in celebration of their graduation, hopefully without hitting anybody else because they'll be spaced out. Now, once the graduates are out of this area, but please only then parents can walk over to the spot where the graduates will congregate to throw their hats, and you can take pictures at that point. We do ask that everyone allow the graduates to exit the area before leaving your seats. And then graduates, last instruction, please wait for the signal to throw your cap, which will be given by Mr. Croft, so that we can get those that want to take a photo into position. And finally, let's thank our wonderful PTO. They're waiting over there under those tents, all the work they do. Following the cap toss, the Shepaug Valley School PTO welcomes everyone to join them for a reception with refreshments to that side of the lawn. On behalf of the entire Region 12 community, we wish our graduates, families, friends, and staff a wonderful summer. Mr. Croft, will you help the faculty form the gauntlet? As students recede out of the area, there will be, I think, a class song playing.